Okay, so I think we've all seen the latest Gacha Revenue Chart. If you don't know what the Gacha Revenue Chart is, it's pretty much a monthly thing that goes on. It's released by some guy who is actually very helpful to the community, and pretty much it documents the monthly revenue made by each Gacha game, and also it can be split up by region. Now, obviously people joke about and say that this is the monthly Gacha PvP because a lot of communities tend to clash on this, because for some reason communities feel more superior whenever their game is on top, when that shouldn't be the case at all. Now, usually whenever one of these will come out, I make a video covering the entire Gacha Revenue Chart all the way down to the very bottom, where I'd say, oh, by the way, Arkland is failing, it made 10,000 this month. Like, no, I'm not going to be going through that. Honestly, it's kind of boring to do that. Obviously, a lot of us don't really care about these games, and I'm going to be going through Wuthering Waves and talking about their revenue, because the revenue for this month has kind of shocked a lot of people. This month, Wuthering Waves actually made $13.5 million, which again is still a pretty decent number. I don't think that's anything terrible, and I don't think we should be worried at all, but it does worry a lot of other players. So in this video, we're going to be going over Wuthering Waves and talking about whether the revenue is actually failing, talking about some future stuff coming to Wuthering Waves that could help it out possibly, and pretty much get to the bottom of, why people are so worried, and if they should be even worried in the first place. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and also go to Gamer Subs, use my code KAZO, and get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. They just have a ton of really nice stuff over there, so definitely recommend that you guys go over there and check it out. But let's get back into the video. Yeah, as I was saying, Wuthering Waves has actually dropped down by a considerable amount. They actually managed to make 29.5 million last banner, and now they're on to 13.5, which again is pretty much half of what they made last time, but I think that was to be expected. If we look back at previous banners and what's been going on last month, we actually had the release of Zhezhi. Zhezhi, although she is a very nice character, and I think that she was a very unique character, a lot of people just weren't very hyped by her, and I think a lot of people just didn't pull in general, and especially after a lot of the previous banners we've had with Genshin, Xiangli Yao, I think a lot of people are just kind of pulled out at the moment. I think, they've been pulling on way too many characters that they finally got some kind of break with Zhezhi and Xiangli Yao, because Xiangli Yao is also set to come out really soon. But the banner that was out during this Gacha Revenue time was actually Zhezhi. And again, I was saying Zhezhi's design is amazing. I think the overall character, was really well made, and I think Gacha Games really cooked with it. But again, I think a lot of people just weren't interested for whatever reason that be, causing a kind of downfall in the revenue. And I think also the addition of Xiangli Yao, and you can claim him for free next half of the banner, I think that is absolutely amazing. But also, I think it kind of, deters a lot of people from pulling for Zhezhi. I mean, sometimes it will actually encourage people to pull for Zhezhi because it means, oh, I'd have to worry about saving for him. But I think some people just want one character this entire update, so they just thought, oh, I can claim Xiangli Yao free, and then use my asteroid on other characters in the future, because we do have more characters coming out in the future, such as the Shorekeeper, who is a character I think is going to be the next big banner for Wuthering Waves. I definitely think that, she's going to sell pretty well. She has a very good character design overall, and I think a lot of people have been trying it out in the beta, and I've seen a couple of leaked videos of some of her gameplay and stuff, and she does look very amazing and very unique. So I think a lot of people are going to be interested in her, but we haven't actually had any official information from Wuthering Waves yet about the Shorekeeper, apart from this post here, obviously announcing her and saying that she's going to be coming to the game. We did have the developers message a while ago about the Black Shores, which they actually failed to mention anything to do with the Shorekeeper, which, she's involved with the Black Shores, so you'd expect her to be a part of this update. But that's also another thing that I wanted to point out, is the update that's coming out in the future. Because although the revenue looks bad now, I think in all Gacha games, revenue fluctuates depending on what's going on in the game, what's going on in the world around it. I mean, we had the whole stuff going on in 2020 with Genshin Impact, which obviously caused the revenue to skyrocket as everyone was staying at home. And there's also a ton of other factors which lead to revenue going up and down. And I think Wuthering Waves, the next patch with the addition of the Shorekeeper and the Black Shores, I definitely think that the revenue will go up. Now, with Xiangli Yao being out at the moment, I don't know if it will go up or down. I don't know the exact release dates of the Shorekeeper. I don't know if they all come out this month or if it's kind of separated. So maybe it'll be the month after that we do see an increase in revenue. But at the same time, we don't actually really know what's going to happen in the Black Shores, because a lot of people are doom posting and stuff about the games, saying that, oh, Wuthering Waves is going to die and that it's already dying and it's only been a couple of months. I don't think that's the case at all. I definitely think they have a lot of stuff planned for this update, and also, future updates in general. I think this is the update that's going to set up future updates. As I mentioned in my last video, covering a lot of this developer message stuff, I think the Black Shores is going to be the gateway to other regions. I honestly think that in the story, we're going to be seeing other regions after the Black Shore comes out, just from the way that they describe it. They describe it as, it has the task of connecting the world, which makes me think we've got some kind of like teleportation system or some kind of transport system to other worlds and other regions and stuff, which I think would be very cool to see from the Black Shores, and I think that would be a very good way to introduce a new region. And obviously there's been the rumors of version 2.0 starting up very soon, which does seem a little bit early, seeing as the Black Shores is 1.3. But again, I think that they are going to bring it forward just because it'll keep a lot more people interested, which I definitely think will help with the revenue as well. I think a lot of people will be interested in the characters, and it just allows Gacha Games to be a bit more creative with their characters too, because obviously they can start up a completely new culture, completely new character designs that come with, this culture. And I think that overall, we can have like a more diverse set of characters that don't follow like one particular design. Obviously, we see that quite a lot with like region-based gacha games. Honkai Star Rail is a big example of that. All the Lorofu characters have a very similar kind of style. The same goes for some other places too. So again, it'll be really nice to see kind of like a mix-up of characters so that they have like more of like a range of characters, which again, I definitely think will drive up the revenue. And honestly, I think that the patch with Zhezhi was just a little bit of a filler patch. I think we all know it was. I think, the event was a little bit of a filler. Obviously, it was a great event and I really enjoyed it. And I think the character designs are still great. And the overall dedication to improve the game has been great. I think that, honestly, they are really trying to make the game good. But at the same time, not any gacha game company can, release bangers every single update, every single month. I don't think that's possible at all. And obviously, that means we're going to have filler patches every now and again. And I think that's just the case with Wuthering Waves. I honestly think that this is going to be some of the lowest that we'll see it. I mean, this might come back to bite me in the next update or whatever. Maybe it'll go down a little bit, but I honestly think we are going to see the revenue go back up. And as I said, by no means is 13.5 million a bad number. I think that's actually pretty decent. And I don't think anyone was expecting it to compete with these, big games up here. Obviously, we've got Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, all kind of fallen off here, as they aren't even in the top 3 space, as AFK Journey, Love and Deep Space, and also Fate Grand Order have beaten this all out. Now, obviously, AFK Journey, they've had the Chinese release, so that's going to go probably back down, but I think a lot of the Chinese community are going to help to, keep that game up and, keep the revenue even higher than it was, because it did make 5 million last time. But honestly, I think it's going to be around the 10s, the 12s kind of area. And Love and Deep Space obviously killing it every single time. I honestly think this is going to be a recurring trend. Maybe they'll be on top next time. I don't think they've even reached the top yet. But it would be nice to see them on top. As again, last month they made 42 million. And now they're on 50 million. Then Fate Grand Order, they also had a summer event, I'm pretty sure, which, made them boost, in revenue by quite a little bit. So again, it's great to see. Then Genshin Impact had the Natlan update, which again, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't make more money, but it was kind of early stages. So I think we're going to see that go up in the next revenue chart. And then Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero have had a little bit of a dry patch recently. So of course their revenue has gone down, but still they're doing pretty good anyways. And as I said, it all kind of fluctuates depending on what's happening. Obviously these guys have events at the moment going on, which obviously brings up a lot of the revenue, which is great to see for those games. But obviously Wuthering Waves doesn't have an event going on really at the moment that, has kind of excited a lot of people, meaning that their revenue's gone down. But there's going to be a point where Wuthering Waves is going to have some big stuff going on, the revenue's going to go up, and then some of these games might have some, not so big stuff going on, and this will fall down below it. That's just how Gacha Games work. And honestly, I don't think that this is anything to, kind of be worried about. And I doubt we're going to see Wuthering Waves dropping much further, honestly. I think there is a lot of competition in this kind of top 10 half, but I don't think, Wuthering Waves should be considered a part of it anymore. I know a lot of people were talking about it at the start whenever it first came out, that it could, beat Genshin or something like that. But honestly, I don't think it's going to do that at all, unless they bring out something even bigger. So again, we're going to have to wait and see what kind of happens with the revenue. But honestly, I don't think this is a big issue for Wuthering Waves and Gacha Games. I think that they're still going. And there was a quote from one of the devs saying, as long as they love and enjoy, making the game, then they're going to keep making it regardless of how much revenue it makes. Obviously, within a certain kind of threshold. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to kind of clear things up about Wuthering Waves and the revenue, because there is a lot of people worried at the moment. But that's about what I got for this video. If you did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as I said, go over to Gamer Subs, use my code KAZA, and get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.